So it's not even close. So H-1Bs are a huge supplement, and because they're so hard to get, they're particularly sort of value added.
Right.
What we actually see from H-1Bs is they create jobs for American engineers because that makes it easier to create companies. It makes it easier to lead in high-skilled industries. And so it's not a zero-sum game. They don't push out American engineers.
Okay, but help our audience. If there's 100 jobs created, how many can be people from Georgia Tech, Texas A&M, Caltech? Is it like 20, 30? Is it 89 out of 100?
So in the U.S., so you're saying as the proportion of the H-1Bs?
If we eliminate H-1B, how many of those 100 H-1B jobs are going to be taken by American engineers?
Oh, so...
Till we run out of engineers.
Yeah, so one is we'd run out of engineers. So the problem isn't just that. It's that, maybe 20 or 30 of those were taken. It's that
20 or 30.
But then we would lose 50 or 60 other American engineering jobs from companies that aren't created, that don't grow because they don't have access to this engineering talent. The total number of the total employment for American engineers in the United States will go down, not up because of this.
Presumably, the tech industry is one of the ones, if not the most impacted here. Yet I don't hear much from technology leaders. In fact, I see them accompanying the president at various events, including over in London last week for his state visit. Are you surprised that we haven't seen pushback from maybe some corporate leadership or just some other business entities?
No, for two reasons. The first is fear. Right, like if you talk to corporate leaders, and you'll starting to see people. There was the Yale CEO Summit recently, where this was just the consensus in the room. Everybody is unhappy, and no one wants to say anything about it because they think the president will come after them if they do. So fear is a real component here. But the second is the way this is structured is interesting in the way it's done. Right, so there's this $100,000 fee which can be waived at the president's discretion for any reason. So in a real sense, what this does is just create a huge incentive to cultivate the president. And it also really helps sort of big incumbent companies over small, scrappy ones. Both of those, if you're a major CEO leader, you might decide your interests are go along.
Tariffs, I'm not sure where you are. I think the courts are taking a look at these things. What's your view of kind of where we are here? Because I think the Supreme Court's going to have some type of say here.
It's absolutely going to have some type of say. And the Supreme Court has sort of, to an unprecedented extent, given deference to the Trump administration in a way that we just haven't seen this before in the modern era, in ways that are pretty surprising, that even other judges are starting to call out as this is inappropriate. So we don't know what they will do, and anyone's guess is good on that. I think the law, most legal analysts think that the law says that these tariffs have to be overturned, but we don't know. But even if they are, the Trump administration has ways to reimpose them. So unfortunately, the court is actually increasing the level of uncertainty that's attached to the tariffs, not decreasing it.
Gautum Mukunda with us, Yale University, a great set of books out on presidential politics here on our talent. I take immense umbrage of how a huge body of Americans don't understand the engineering heritage of many of our schools. How many people actually know there's Yale engineering with all of that 19th century heritage? So if I'm taking Physics 420, thermodynamics, and statistical mechanics, this is not an easy A, is it? No, it's not. Okay, fine. So if I'm doing entropy at Yale, is the Indian education superior and more rigorous than across America engineering?
So the median Indian education isn't, but there are a lot of Indians. There are 1.4 billion of them. If you're talking about the people who are going to the IITs and places like that, my mother was both her undergrad and her PhD was from IIT Kanpur.
Did she come here in an H-1B?
She came here. She did not come here on an H-1B. She came here in the early 70s. Married.
But she got off an airplane somewhere. Did she take an American job when she came here?
So she took a job in the United States, but she did not take an American job because her skill set was such that she was essentially the only person in the world who was able to do the work that she did for NASA. And so every single program, every single American spacecraft that involved nuclear power in space went through her at some point over the course of her 40-year career. It literally
Right.
100%.
Did she think we could use nuclear propulsion to go to Mars? This was a raging dinner table conversation. like buns and rolls were thrown over this. Is it her fault that we were supposed to develop nuclear rocketry rather to go to Mars?
It's not. It's actually a treaty problem. But I will say, when The Martian came out, one of the probes in The Martian is actually the last mission she helped design.
Very
and so
cool.
when she saw it, I got a 4-page technical analysis of the movie from her.
Yeah. You read it.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Dad, thanks for sending this to me.
But this is actually a key thing, right? This is taking a skill set from India, right? So India, at the time one of the world's poorest countries, at ruinous expense, educated America's finest scientists and engineers and sent them here. This is a phenomenal deal for the United States. The idea, every country in the world would kill to get the best graduates of the IITs there, right? Like that is an asset of incalculable value. And instead, we seem to be throwing it away. It is a decision that makes no sense on any level of the national interest.